This is a video chart for Nitro Petroleum Incorporated, stock ticker NTRO, brought to you by allpennystocks.com and baystreet.ca, with technical analysis from 123learntotrade.com. Right now we're taking a look at the 5-minute intraday chart of NTRO going back 1 week in time. And there's three areas I'd like to talk about. The first one is an area of resistance, and that's occurring at the 2.6 cent area. We have an area of prior support, which is now also resistance, and that's at the 2 cent area. And we also have an area of strong support that is occurring, and that is right around the 1.4 cent area. Now let's go over the price action that we see on the intraday chart. We have price channeling between these two areas of support and resistance, and then we see some sideways motion here before we have higher volume come into the picture and cause price to break below the area of support. Now we find a new area of support down here on the 1.4 cent area, and we see a good amount of volume come into the picture here, which is significant to me in that it shows us that at this area we do have a good amount of buyers that still exist. So if price re-encounters this area, there are likely to still be buyers in this area. Now we see price move sideways a little bit, and then finally we see a second burst of volume come into the picture right here, which is basically what's responsible for this upward price movement. So we see price continue upward back to that breakdown point. Now prior support becomes resistance, and we see price hit this area and move sideways some here. However, we don't see any volume coming into the picture as price hits this area right here, which tells me that there are not a great deal of sellers at the 2 cent area. So basically, as we see price move sideways, if we see volume come back into the picture, we could see a small group of buyers push price right back above the 2 cent area. So let's take a look at the daily chart to get a better feel for this specific stock. And once again, we're going to talk about a few different areas. We can see at the 1 cent area, there's a very strong area of support. And once again, we can also see that the 2 cent area is also a very significant area. And if we can break back above that, it should act as, once again, a very strong area of support for us. Now, price, really the all-time high is up here around the 6 cent area with respect to the 1-year daily chart. And the all-time low is around the 1 cent area. So we're not too far off of that all-time low, which is also a very strong area of support. So again, a lot of these penny stocks, if you're looking to be a bottom feeder, we are relatively close to the all-time low and the very strong area of support. So you can put your stop loss relatively close on any position that you may take. Let's look one more time at another chart, and this is the 3-year intraday chart. And on this specific chart, we can see that price actually made a lot of room to the upside with our all-time high around 50 cents or so. And we can see that basically what's happened is price has stagnated some here. However, we're starting to see some volume come back into the picture, and we're starting to see a little bit of a curl up here from the 1 cent area, and we can see that price is starting to rally slightly, and has rallied as high as the 2.6 cent area. So while that may not sound like a very large rally, if you're in a position at 1 cent and it goes to 2 or 3 cents, you've basically doubled your investment. So that actually is a pretty substantial rally for a penny stock of this sort. So on this chart, the main area that I like to focus on is the 1 cent area, which is this area of support right here that we're currently very close to. And after that, really the next major area of resistance isn't until up here around the 6 or 7 cent area. So basically, price could run a few cents, which doesn't sound like a lot again, but if you're talking about a stock that you got in at 1 cent and it runs to 7 cents, you've made a substantial return on your investment. So basically, my analysis of the stock is that it is at a very low bottom. However, the question becomes how much lower can it really go from here? So we see that 1 cent area acting as a very strong area of support. I think that's the critical level to keep an eye on, is the 1 cent area. Again, this was a video chart for Nitro Petroleum Incorporated, stock ticker NTRO, brought to you by allpennystocks.com and baystreet.ca, with technical analysis from 123learntotrade.com. If you guys have any questions about this chart or the analysis, I do offer a video course that explains exactly how I analyze charts and how I place trades accordingly, and you can find that course at 123learntotrade.com. And as always, remember that these are only 123learntotrade.com's interpretations of NTRO's stock chart. As always, investors and traders are encouraged to do their own due diligence and consult with a financial advisor prior to making any investment decisions. Past performance is not indicative of future results. As always, good luck with your trading, guys, and we'll see you soon.